Welcome to Burning of the Midnight Lamp, where we are dissecting music history, album by album and track by track. And we have arrived at the very last track on David Bowie's Reality album from 2003, a song called Bring Me the Disco King. And let's just listen to it first.
You promised me the ending would be clear. You'd let me know when the time was now. Don't let me know when you're opening the door. Stop me in the dark, let me disappear. Memories that flutter like bats out of hell stop you from the city spires. Life wasn't worth the balance or the crumpled paper it was written on. Don't let me know we're invisible. Don't let me know we're invisible. Hot cash days that you trailed around, cold, cold nights under chrome and glass led me down a river of perfume limbs, sent me to the streets with a good time girl. Don't let me know we're invisible. Don't let me know we're invisible. We could dance, dance, dance through the fire. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. I don't know about you, I don't know about you. Breathe through the years, I don't know about you, I don't know about you. Bring me the disco king, I don't know about you, I don't know about you. Dead or alive, bring me the disco king. 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 Spin-offs with those who slept like corpses, damp morning rays in the stiff bat club, killing time in the 70s, smelling of love through the moist wind. Don't let me know when you're opening the door. Close me in the dark, let me disappear. Soon there'll be nothing left of me, nothing left to release. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. Feed me no lies. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Breathe through the years. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Bring me the disco cane. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Dead or alive. Bring me the disco king. 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 Bring me the disco king.
Last track on Reality, Bring Me the Disco King.
A complete and utter masterpiece.
It's an epic song. It is.
I could listen to it all night.
Very different style for the album. Obviously much more jazzy feel to it. Very spare arrangement. But still, even if it's only vocals, piano, and a drum, it feels quite full arrangement.
It does.
Regardless.
But it also creates a lot of space for David's vocals. And it's really a production treat, this song. Also interesting, there's no bass on the song, but you can hear now and then that the bass drum or the kick drum is turned up higher in the mix. It's almost like during these chorus parts.
Yeah. When the drums are not played live on the track, they were sampled from When the Boys Come Marching Home, which is a B-side from the Heathen album, or a Heathen Area album. One of the singles from there, played by Matt Chamberlain originally. I must say, I love me some Mike Garson piano solos.
Mike Garson, he's a genius. We have to say it. Mike Garson, he's a genius. He puts some sprinkle and spice on the Bowie dishes and just makes them perfect when they are served. From Aladdin Sane and to Bring Me the Disco King. The especially this one, because this is almost like a duet. It is a duet with Bowie and Garson, where the piano goes around the vocals and adds to them, embellishing, and also creates this bed of deep, dark piano tones and then light ones, and the environment where the song floats.
And it is the last time Bowie and Mike Garson played together in studio. Not the last time they played together, obviously. They played on the tour, and it was also only the two of them that played together the very last time Bowie performed live in 2006. So,
How fitting. And what a fitting ending for an album.
it is.
For many years, this was the ending. This version, and together with a different version of this song that came out on the soundtrack 2 weeks before. Those two tracks were sort of the last message from David, if we don't count somewhat irrational guest appearances from SpongeBob to extras to playing live with Arcade Fire, and we're not counting that song on the Stealth soundtrack because that's awful. But until the next day, this was sort of the last proper Bowie recording, and what a recording! It's like a summing up of themes, lyric-wise, from his career. It feels like an ending song. It's like what can come after this on an album. So this was sort of the goodbye for 10 years. And I had at least thought that this would be the last Bowie song. And made my peace with that.
I remember thinking that, is this how the next Bowie album will sound like?
Yes.
So it would take a while, and it didn't sound like this.
But he did come back to jazz.
He did come back on the last album.
Yes.
So you could say it kind of predicts what's coming.
I mean, the song itself, I mean, if we look back to Fall Dog Bombs the Moon, who was written in 30 minutes, this song has a much longer development process. In fact, the title, it was mentioned already back in 1990 as a possible title for the next album Bowie was going to record. It's also a title that was used for one of Bowie's paintings. And it has been in exhibitions, amongst other things. Or the title is actually Bring Me, in parentheses, and The Disco King and His Wives. That's the full title, Bring Me, the Disco King and His Wives. Then in 1992, he actually recorded the song with Niles Rodgers.
Black Tie White Noise.
Black Tie White Noise.
Sessions.
And at that time, it was a fast disco song.
I can't imagine a more different setting for the song.
Bowie actually said it was so disco it had audio mirror balls.
Would have loved to hear it.
And then in 1996, he brought it back for Earthling. And it was still a very high energy song at the time. And it was meant for the album until quite late or fairly late in the process. And then they eventually dropped it. Can you imagine this as like a Dead Man Walking style song?
I actually could imagine it on Earthling. In a different version,
Jungle, industrial, heavy. It's probably a song that could have, he tried two different approaches, and then many years later he made the totally sparse piano.
It still didn't arrive at the sparse version because they did try a band version for the song for Reality as well. And then, eventually they pared it down just to the two of them and sampled the drums and, a New York jazz sound, it has been called. Garson, he played the piano part in in the studio on a synthesizer. And this is one of these tracks that he brought with him back home to his studio and took the MIDI files and played it back through his Yamaha Disclaria piano. And interestingly enough, Mike Garson played on all 4 recordings of the song in the Black Tie White Noise version. Obviously Earthling where he played and the band version as well.
Maybe sometime in the future
I hope.
they will see the light of day.
Definitely hope so. It is a long song, one of the longest studio track Bowie ever recorded, actually. Almost 8 minutes long.
And it's a long instrumental ending.
It's a long build-up, it's a long ending. Again, a great piano solo when it hits those chords and the piano solo begins. Great Garson piano there.
But this other version, we have to say something about that as well. The Lohner version that was made for the soundtrack of the movie called Underworld.
Horror film
with Kate Beckinsale that was released that autumn.
In fact, the soundtrack came out 2 weeks before the album came out.
And that's a completely different version. I think I read somewhere that they only got Bowie's vocals and they built all the instruments around it, and they even added some new vocal parts. But it shows that this melody can fit many different approaches. So I think the Nile Rodgers version will be cool as well. The Earthling version as well. When you listen to how well this works in a more.
I mean, we can take a listen to it, but I'm not sure I agree 100% that it's completely different. It has sort of the same laid back, low, slow feeling as the Bowie version. It's not as quite as nightly and cool jazz piece maybe, but maybe more in the trip hop
it begins
direction.
Slow as well. The beginnings are not that different in tone, but then you get the
you have the heavy
drums,
guitars,
the heavy guitar. It's
true.
like and it sounds very soundtrack-ish. Sounds like a movie song, but more. I wouldn't call it a power ballad, but you know it ends with some power.
Please don't call it a power ballad.
No, didn't use the PB word.
Let's listen to the power ballad. Bring me the
Yes.
disco.
Let's do. Soundtrack-ish strings.
You promised me the ending would be clear. You'd let me know when the time was now. Don't let me know when you're opening the door. Stop me in the dark, let me disappear. Memories that flutter like bats out of hell. Stop you from the city spiles. Life wasn't worth the balance or the crumpled paper it was written on. Don't let me know we're invisible. Don't let me know we're invisible. Hot cursed days that you trailed around. under chrome and glass. Let me down a river of perfume limbs. Set me to the streets with a good time girl. We could dance, dance, dance through the fire. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. Feed me no lies. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Breathe through the years. I don't know about you. I don't know about you.
A little bit like a power ballad.
Bring me the disco king. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Dead or alive, feed me no lies. Bring me the disco king. Bring me the disco king. Bring me the disco king. Bring me the head of the disco king.
It's a new lyric.
Yeah.
This might be Mila Jovovich, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
She's credited.
Spin-offs with those who slept like corpses. Damp morning rays in the stiff back clubs. Killing time in the 70s. Smelling of love through the moist wind. Don't let me know when you're opening the door. Close me in the dark, let me disappear. Soon there'll be nothing left of me. Nothing left to release. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. Tell me no lies. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Breathe through the years. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Bring me the disco play. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Breathe through the years, dead or alive. Bring me the disco king. 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 Bring me the disco king.
Yeah.
It's a different approach. I think it works very well.
Yeah, it's
does.
quite a massive version.
The song was recorded by what must be regarded as a supergroup of artists. We have John Frusciante from Red Hot Chili Peppers playing the guitar. And of course Danny Lohner himself from Nine Inch Nails. It's called the Lohner Mix. Although it's almost more like a cover version than a mix. I mean, everything except Bowie's vocals is recorded. You have Maynard James Keenan, vocalist from Tool, singing backing vocals there, or these lines in between. And we have Mila Jovovich, the actress, singing. and Joss Freese playing the drums. He has also played with Nine Inch Nails, touring drummer, I possibly think he was, and Guns N' Roses for a short period.
Daniel Lohner did the bass and
Bass and keyboard in Nine Inch
Nails.
Nails.
So this trip hop rhythm and the strings and many other things probably came from him.
I mean, it would have been an okay, quite good version on the album if this had been how Bowie had recorded it. I wouldn't have been disappointed. I mean, maybe if I heard the other version, but if that didn't exist, would you have been happy with this version, Chris?
Oh yeah, I like this version a lot, but it's very different. It's very dramatic, and it is like a movie with all the strings and all the parts. It sounds like it's tailor-made for a dramatic movie. A version that is more, it bangs you more on the head. So more subtle Bowie Garson version is still grandiose, if you could say, but in a very different way. And you can listen to it more again and again. You know, you could have that version on repeat. I don't think this version on repeat would. Maybe you could grow a bit tired of it after a while, but as a first listen to the song, it underscores the lyric with a. And I guess that's how it happened. You know, they got vocal only in studio, and they had to build some dynamic around it and giving it a build that the other one doesn't really have that same build, but it has this tension all the way through.
And it did come out before the reality version came out as well, so they wouldn't have heard, I assume, the full album version.
No, quite possibly.
The piano part is quite close to the original. So I wonder if they never actually got the whole track.
I don't know. It could be. I mean,
it's remarkably close.
You could have gotten the chords right.
Yeah.
So
if they laid the chords, you can. I think it would have worked well live.
It would.
This version.
And of course, the lyric. We haven't discussed the lyric yet.
No.
We have to dive into that now. But the lyric has a lot of gothic imagery. So putting it in this gothic, more grandiose sound, rapping, and in a vampire movie. It's almost only in blue and black and red, and it of course fits the lyric very well with this. They sleep like horses and corpses, and there's stabbing, and there's bats out of hell, and there's a lot of gothic imagery, and the New York piano jazz version. There's nothing gothic or vampiric about that. So you get a stronger contrast. And he sings Dance, Dance through the fire. Listening to this Lohner version, you can see the fire because everything is so dramatic. And in the piano version, it's more implied, more metaphoric, because it doesn't suit the song. It suits, but it doesn't follow. There are contrasts. That's what I'm trying to express. The lyrics and the Garson piano are stronger contrasts, and that makes the lyrics pop out even more.
And it is also a lyric that, again, touches on the topics of aging, mortality, reflection, which we have seen multiple times. Maybe not so much on this album, but it's touching on it on this album too. Certainly on the next to it, the last two albums.
And the lyric has some period signifiers he actually mentions the 70s, killing time in the 70s. But with the disco, the stiff bad clubs, there's someone is looking back to the 70s, obviously, and it's not a pretty picture he paints of his past, and it's a song that has autobiography in some of it. You know, you can quite easily see the Thin White Duke with his nose full of something in LA, living like a corpse.
I mean, it starts the third verse by singing spin-offs with those who slept like corpses, damp morning rays in the stiff bad clubs.
Yes. You could fit parts of Bowie's own life into that, and you can also fit some of his movie characters, like the movie Hunger, the Tony Scott vampire movie from the 80s. And of course the look from Thin White Duke and a lot of the 80s as well, with the suit looking Bowie, scary, sort of angry, like Jump They Say-ish Bowie.
I mean, that's when they recorded it, and I mean, the lyrics would fit well also with the heavy disco rhythm, describing the disco of the 70s.
That would be another contrast, because there is a lot of brutal images, a lot of stabbing and killing in his metaphors in this song. There's a murder on the dance floor, almost. So it would be very interesting to hear this in a Nile Rodgers production.
I hope we get to hear at least the Black Tie White Noise and Earthling version. Would have been interesting to hear reality version. I mean, the band version. As well. It wasn't played a lot of the times, and on the tour, it was usually played as the first encore. Only 27 times. So about every fourth concert or so, we played it. First time was this live broadcast cinema show in London in September 2003. The last time was 17th of April 2004, Berkeley, California. There's a unique video clip for the song that was included in a promotional film for Reality.
The electronic press kit. That's also available on the New Killer Star DVD single.
You mentioned that Murder on the Dance Floor. I mean, it wasn't covered by Sophie Ellis Baxter, but it was covered by another dance artist. At least I know her only as for her kind of, it's maybe not a dance song. I'm talking here about Donna Lewis. She recorded a song. And she's known for I Love You Always Forever back in 1996.
Did she make a disco version?
No, I haven't heard it. I think it is a bit on the jazzy side, if I remember correctly. Might be wrong, but that's how I thought of it, yeah.
We were discussing live versions. I remember seeing this in Oslo in 2003, and he had this stage set where he had trees indoors. And you mentioned the clip on the electronic press kit. It's Bowie in some forest with a disco ball, if I remember correctly. So they were a bit similar. I remember it as a magical moment on that show, one of the highlights.
And it's also one of the highlights on the record for me.
It is, for me too.
Me as well.
What do you think? Leave us a comment below if you also like the song, or if you disagree with us. And then I think we'll leave it there. Thank you to everyone who was watching us. This is the last track we do on Reality, last song on the album. We'll come back with other songs from other albums later, probably quite soon after this. And we also have a Patreon where you can get early access to the next albums that we will do. And we have a podcast where we are discussing everything around reality and the 2 next Bowie albums that he released. And we're most likely going to do more Bowie albums in the future, but also other artists. So join us there if you are interested in more discussions like this. My name is Frode.
My name is Trond.
And my name is Chris. A bit eager.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you soon.